Nick Casario will join us tomorrow at 7:30. We'll do headlines in a second. Larry-N-Stafford's on the line. Larry, what's going on, man?
Hey, good morning, fellas. Hey, Seth, there's no debating whether or not this is the worst team in football. They are the worst. I don't give a damn about the offense. They are the worst team in football, so there's no debate in that. Because we watch enough football to see. We saw the Detroit Lions yesterday. That looks like a team. That looks like somebody that's starting to make the turn and believe in something bigger than just themselves. These dudes sit over there on the bench and on the sideline, and they don't. There's no connection amongst the team. And when you're talking about Pharaoh Brown, and I'm gonna get to Ashley and Mike at the end, but when you're talking about Pharaoh Brown doing clown stuff, then I saw AJ Moore blow somebody up, and then he's flexing at the fans, that the 500 fans that are in the stadium. That is an embarrassment, and I don't think people really truly understand the level of embarrassment that as a Texan fan we feel. And so when you're saying that people are booing them and that they care, that shows that they care. We're at the point now that we are in embarrassment. And so that takes me to a couple things. I've listened to sports talk because I know people get tired of hearing me about what I'm feeling and raging about. So I listened to Mike this morning from Lake Jackson, right? And he talked about how he was an Oiler fan, and then he stayed with them when they went to Tennessee. And he was talking about me because I was that same dude. And then when the Texans got here, I cut them Titans' ass loose because I wanted to believe in my football team in my city. And so for 20 years, I never missed a game. For 20 years. And so then they bring in Bill O'Brien and this clown Jack, and they just completely annihilated that football team over there of their history, how they did Andre Johnson, J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins. They just destroyed the history and the passion that 70,000 fans had every Sunday, right? And so then yesterday, they go out there with that embarrassment. Mike said it, and he goes, I don't know how to continue to do this because I don't have 25 more years neither. And so then when Mike was talking and I was sitting there and I was starting to just get welled up, man, because I don't know if they care enough about what's going on over there. And for that guy to hold a sign up in front of Cal and say what we're all feeling, there will never be a reset when you kept the dude over there that caused all the vitriol and the damage. Jack Easterby is wearing a vest on the sideline and throwing it in our faces that he doesn't give a damn about what we feel. And so then we have to figure out how to muster up enough energy to drive over there to watch the Colts game. I couldn't do it. And it was the best decision I've ever made because they got their asses handed to them. If Pharaoh Brown is talking to Darius Leonard, that is an embarrassment. So then Ashley calls in. If you guys ask her, what is the breaking point? We are all at the breaking point. We're all at the breaking point because Cal sits there and continues to make us feel less valued. And so everybody hears my voice now, and they feel my passion about it, and they say, well, Larry's still holding on. I don't know if I'm buying tickets ever again because I couldn't sell the ones this year for anything. So they just literally go in the trash. This is the worst football I've ever seen in my life. And for David Culley, them to run Tyrods, we don't need to see that anymore. We don't need to see any of it. We just need to try to get through this season so that some of us can still mentally have something to hope for and hope that Cal McNair finally wakes up and get us out of this nightmare because there's millions of people around this city that dedicated their entire lives to supporting the Houston Texans from day one, and they have completely crapped on it. And it's frustrating and it's angering. And if I could see Cal face to face, I would physically tell him to his face, I cannot believe you're allowing this to happen to us in our hall.
Good call, Larry. Good call. We appreciate the passion, and it's been a recurring theme throughout the show this morning.